Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I want to talk to you about what maybe some are claiming the Washington Post, the largest refugee crisis in the century. The crazy Forbes talks about is the roller coaster ride over with, needing, as they say, motion sickness medication from all the ups and downs. And many of you reaching out saying, look, I want to protect my money. I want to protect myself. Well, you know what you can do to protect yourself more than anything that you are in control of is to take advantage of these tax rates that are on sale. Because as was mentioned in the State of the Union address this week, the Build Back Better bill is back and it's looking potentially to try to be forced through Congress. Now, what's that mean? Well, Chuck, what's this mean to me? Well, what you can control are your taxes, and you can take control of taking advantage of sales. Folks, this is the sale of what may be the rest of our lifetimes for many of us, depending on our ages, to take advantage of before tax brackets change. And many people forget, now that we've been several years into the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, the 22 bracket becomes the 25 bracket, the 24 bracket becomes the 28 bracket. And if you look at that across the board, it's going to force your taxes to go higher. It's going to make your Roth conversions more expensive. It's going to make your required minimum distributions higher. Let me teach you this coming Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. What I think about of a couple clients of ours out of the great state of Colorado, husband and wife, both in their late 60s. They're very concerned about, hitting these RMDs head on, and what's that going to look like? Well, believe it or not, and I talked about this last week, these clients, based upon what their income was when they're in their highest wage earning years in their professional careers, in a couple short years, their required minimum distributions, and mind you, they do not need the money out of these IRAs, is going to force them back to paying more tax in retirement in their early 70s than the amount of tax they paid in their highest wage earning years, just give or take 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Folks, that's before tax rates go up. Now, when we look at the fact that the Tax Cut and Jobs Act is on sale, here's what Biden's trying to push through with this Build Back Better bill. Not only another $2 trillion of deficit spending, which is going to force taxes to go higher without question, but obviously it's going to wreak havoc on this indirect taxation in the form of inflation, which means we now have to spend more out of these ticking tax time bombs to net the higher amount we need to spend for the higher cost of goods and services. Add to the fact that if you jump brackets by 3 or 4%, don't forget that the standard deduction gets cut in half. That's going to have many people paying anywhere from an extra $6,000 to $12,000 a year of just unnecessary income tax on a federal level. And who knows how much higher the tax rates are going to have to go based on all this drunken sailor spending. This Tuesday, I'll teach you how to get your money untaxed and how to protect it from being taxed to pass it on to your children. You've worked hard for your money. Let's get to work. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. And one of the things I teach on Hidden Wealth Radio this weekend, the Build Back Better bill was originally proposed to extend the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. But the very people, Senator Manchin and Sinema, that basically are credited for preventing the Build Back Better bill from passing last year, Senator Manchin wants to abolish the Tax Cut and Jobs Act this year. It's already set to expire at the end of 2025, folks. The time to know what you can do and learn what you can do to protect yourself from this retirement tax risk is right now in 2022. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.